Here it is. Here is the test rig. It's a quarter size. And there you go. That's 3D printed. The former and the pole and quite a lot of stuff, including the gearbox. That won't be for production, but it's just so we can get the thing working and testing quickly. And all the shells are removable, so you can change the brushes and change the sizes of the brushes as and when you need. And it's being powered by a little 3-phase 0.5 kilowatt motor with a somewhat optimistically designed and printed little gearbox and a belt drive, which will be replaced with metal for the production system, but pretty much everything else will be plastic. And it's on a GRP pole. And there you go, Martin. Do you want to go to the front and say a few words?
Yep.
There you go.
Yeah, the reason we came to print pod was because conventionally these brushes have been 3 meters long, and obviously the shape of a train slightly varies, but to get the best clean, what we've decided to do is to do them in sections, and you'll see there's 4 on this pole for this test. But what we can do is vary the lengths of these so they're adaptable to the train much better. So when we look at the trains in a particular depot and we look at their rolling stock, we will know the best way to clean that. The other advantage is train companies now, a lot of these will not and cause damage to a particular area of a train. We have a different type of material that shouldn't happen, but if it does, all we need to do is undo 4 bolts, remove that section and fit the clam in again. So all in all, the maintenance on this doesn't mean changing out the whole pole and losing a day or two. It literally is a 10-minute job.
Yeah, and it's all done with M6 bolts, which are designed to work with the standard socket set, so it's dead easy to replace.
Yeah, so you'll see in a minute when it's spinning and the work that can do, that is a very unique part of our complete system. Because obviously we don't want to cause any damage to any of the vinyl or paintwork on the train. And this is how we can make sure by testing it now. Normally we would have gone to pre-production molds and whatever to do this, but by using print pod, what we've been able to do is come up with 2 or 3 different designs, print them and test them the next day, and within a week we had it absolutely sorted. And I think today that is amazing. I mean, years ago I remember any new parts or everything went to China. To do 4 different designs, you basically were looking at a year, and that is the reason that we can come up with ideas and fast to prove it and then adapt it.
Right, so we've just covered the simulated side of a train, which is this is the actual real vinyl that you use on a real train, provided from us. Who provided this?
Sign what is in Southampton.
Anyway, so this is the stuff that's actually used on real train bodies, and we've painted test in gravy, beef gravy, in case anybody's interested, to see how well the cleaning head works with a little bit of tap water. The final system we use deionized water, but right now we're going to use tap water just to show that the brush mechanism cleans the way it's expected. So we just dried the surface and there's no sign of any marks or scratches on it that we can see. We've zoomed in with a macro lens. You can see how rubbish my laying of the vinyl is. So what we're going to do now is a series of 30-second bursts to test it, just to make sure that if we leave it for very long periods of time, it's not going to wear the side of the vinyl. that's the final life test. That's the end of life after simulated 6 years worth of washing, which is what you get on a real vinyl on a train. They only last for 6 years because of branches. And it looks just like the day it was first laid on here, which was, well, this morning.